Morning, everybody. This is Pack Life, and this is the pack. And this is what a pack of pit bulls does for fun. It's the early morning hours here, pretty early, earlier than normal. We had some stuff we had to do before the crack of dawn. That's Lion over there, exploring. Shout out to all our friends that we have out there. Jeff and Obi, and Josh and Kayla, Candy, Irma, Ruby. And we lost all our other people because YouTube decided it was a good idea that they ban this channel. But we're getting over it. So the pack just hangs, right? Where you go, they go. Leo, what are you eating, buddy? Nori wants to know too. Your tummy hurt, Leo? Dogs are amazing. I've said it now, and I'll say it forever. I love dogs. Now, there are misbehaved dogs. And yesterday, we went out to help this really old lady with computer stuff. And she has this ruthless little dog. And the dog isn't, it's this, I don't know what kind of dog it is. It's half the size of these guys. And it looks like it has a perm. It was like a fluffy dog. Now, she's disabled. She can't really get out of her wheelchair real easy. And I guess this dog is 5 years old. And my kids have encountered this dog before. And it was about 3 years ago when Jaden was up there and the dog bit him in the back of the leg and bruised his leg. Now, most people would probably be horrified at that. Like, just got bit by a dog. But we are Boss Clan. We are the people that have, this family knows how to fight animals. Not animals, dogs. Because we've had to jump in the middle of these guys fighting. Like, literally, if there's a one-on-one, I will jump in the middle of the one-on-one and fight basically trying to stop him, whatever it takes. And so I'm sure you guys can imagine that's quite the scene, because I'm a big fella. I'm a solid 280. I know. Let myself go. 5 months ago I was 240. Panther died. I let it all go. It's terrible. I gained so much weight when he died. I just kind of gave up. I got to get back on the wagon. Start doing better. But the story is, you guys can imagine a big fella that jumps in the midst of these guys. And right now they're absolute angels. Right, Mr. Wolbush? Mr. Wolby, are you an angel? Yes. But he still has his issues. So, anyway, we fought dogs. Not dogs attacking us. Which, after all the experience we've had, we could probably do all right. But there's a difference when dogs are trying to take each other out and you. And that's, I've talked about this before, but I'll always talk about it. As they're fighting, these things go from lovers to killers. They will absolutely handle business when it comes to that. which is why they have to be completely loved, disciplined well. And you got to discipline them just like kids. And the Bible says it best, spare the rod, spoil the child. The thing about dogs is you really don't have to spank them that hard. They're very, very upset when the person they love puts hands on them. And these dogs have been very disciplined along the way. But that takes me back. Where's Michaela? What's Michaela doing? To this other dog. This other dog's name was Nick. Now, I had never encountered Nick before yesterday. And so we went to the grocery store first. And I tried to find some good dog biscuits or something that I thought this dog would like. And I couldn't find anything. So I ended up getting these little twist things that were for humans. And I put them in my pocket. And this old gal's house is way up high. Like, she lives on the side of a mountain. And she's been wheelchair bound for 2 years. Has not left her house. Which is something we offered to help her with her freedom and take her around, which might be an adventure. Because, again, this house is way up top on the hill. So we're pedaling up there in my big old rear. And Jaden taking off up there. And we go up and up and up and up and up. Finally, we get to the top of the mountain, then we have to go crawl up higher than that, because then she's all the way up 2 stories in this house. I have no idea what they were thinking on this one, but anyway, we get there to the top of the stairs, and Nick, this fluffy little dog with it, and again, guys, we've fought the Pitbulls, and these Pitbulls have large teeth. This dog came and literally tried to attack us, and I noticed he's just lunging at me, and he's just trying everything just to try to get to me. Half the size of these guys. But I noticed his teeth were really small. And I have about 100 dog bites between both arms and hands from the 5 years I've had to literally fight Panthro. Sorry, that's a weed ear in the background. It's Eli cutting some grass for the goats. So Nick's sitting there trying to own us, right? At the very top of it. I haven't even seen the old gal yet. And finally I make it past the top of the stairs. I'm not in her house yet. This little dog is just violently trying to take me up the stairs, trying to take me everywhere. And he was ticked. This dog is very, very, very angry, extremely territorial. And I finally get up to a little chair. We sit there, and the dog's he's like within a foot from us. And this little fluffy thing is just really, really, really wants to tear us up. And so she comes rolling out just a little bit, but she doesn't discipline the dog or say anything other than we have to get past Nick to get into the house. And I was like, okay. And so I had a couple of those little cracker things. I tossed those up to the dog. He wasn't having it. He was freaked out. He was done. And then she lets me know that the bigger the person is, the less he likes you. And she told me, as the dog sitting there, just really trying to rip my leg, with her about a foot from me in her wheelchair. Finally, she's like, okay, we're still outside. She's like, here's the next step. Let's try to sit down inside. So she starts rolling back, and this little dog is just going ballistic. And so as we're getting ready to cross the threshold of her door, the little dog, on the other, it's one of those doors that has, it's a two-way door, right? One side is a glass part. I guess they're both glass doors, but one side was open. So this thing went around the other side, and where the glass was, and he just started throwing himself against the glass window, right there, you come in this place, I'm going to rip you guys a new one. And she never ever tells him, no, Nikolai, or no, Nick, don't do this. This dude is just raging at the door. And Jaden, he's like, yeah, Dad, why don't you go in first? I'm like, thanks a lot, man. So I am getting ready to step over the threshold of this door, and this little crazy dog is just going off. And we're only there to help this little lady with her computer stuff that she keeps dropping and breaking everything. And so I crossed the threshold, and this thing is just freaking out. And so I meander over to a little, I don't know, it was a little stool thing that she had. And I creep down, I sit down, and this little dog is he's just frothing. He starts calming down a little bit. And at some point, he came over and sniffed me. And I didn't know if he was going to take a hunk off my hide or what it was. But he was good. And I gave him a couple little pets. The dude completely turned around. Like, all of a sudden, this dude jumps up. He wants belly rubs. He smelled what was in my pocket, which was these little crackers that I had brought for him. He actually took it out of my pocket. And the dude became like the friendliest little furball thing ever. And but as Jade gets all her stuff done, if we stand up and go to the other side of the room, he gets real excited, like he really wants to duke it out. But he doesn't. Like, he's super excited. And the little thing kept jumping up on her like males do and tries to ride her in the wheelchair, ride the leg. She was sitting there fighting the whole time. At first, I thought he was just like looking for loves. But then I realized he was doing it, and then he jumped up on Jade. Then he jumped up on me. And I'm like pushing this little dog off, and she's like, oh yeah, it's just a dominance thing. And, I come back to my 9 pitties here. And I'm like, wow, these dogs are extremely well behaved. And the reason behind it is they have discipline. They have, the parents, people, the humans that are saying, hey, don't do this, don't do that. And you're never going to be able to control all these pitties if these things don't love you with every last bit of their heart, mind, and soul. Because every single day, from the time that we get up, we're always policing the pack. This is a full-time job from when we put the dogs to bed at night and get them down and coordinated in various ways to the times when we release them, which we show all the videos for. It is a process, and it is work. And without supervision, these guys would fight several times a day, probably easily. It would be a different game. But there is an alpha here, and they know who it is. And what's funny is when I leave, they become real weird. They like if we leave the door closed, they get so antsy waiting for me coming back that they become just wild. And then when Nicole finally opens the door, they blast out like 90 going north. And so they're literally just they're super, super good dogs, but there's a leadership role. There's an invisible power structure that is apparent when you leave the pack, and the pack doesn't have their power structure. Then they get snobby at each other. They get a little snooty. And so simply by my presence here, they're on their best behavior. And that's why, it would be nearly impossible for people probably to ever have a pack like this. And you can't just have a free range pack. You have to have an entire family structure that's willing to throw down with these dogs. And every single person in my family have been in it either by themselves or with a team where we know procedures and ways that we stop multiple dogs fighting where they want to just jump in. And the thing about a pack is if you get excited, if they get excited, they're going to jump in regardless if they were harmed or injured or anything of the sort. It's a pack mentality. And so our job is making sure that the pack doesn't do pack stuff. Like they can't break out and do stuff. And so it is a full-time job. And we always have to have somebody watching the pack. And when I go out and work every single morning, which is right now, they always come out and they always hang with me, which is why this is like the best time for pics and hanging out, because they're all just, it's early in the morning. It's not real hot. And this is what a pack of pit bulls will do, right? Henny will sit there and groom you. The girls will groom. And that's what I was going to ask Jeff too, if his girls, he has 3 girls, he has 3 babies, beautiful girls. Do they groom? Are all of them groomers? Because this is a female thing where they're, I don't know what they're actually getting. If they're going for fleas or if they just groom. But by the time they're done, wherever they're at is soaking wet on their necks and stuff. So, I mean, these guys are giving it all. There's a creator, the creator of the universe that created these things has coated in something that these guys think that they're very determined to do. So they're always out grooming. You won't see Josh like groom the girls, but you see both the girls grooming Giddy. Giddy, are you flea infested, buddy? Is that what I'm seeing? I don't know. Bath day's coming real soon. I'll bath you guys really, really good. So, anyway, that's it. I do have to work. Although, I would love to hang with you guys all day. Right, Bubbish? Hi, Mr. Bubbish. He's always eating flies. He loves to eat flies. He's like, they don't just annoy me. They're tasty. Alright, so what you looking at, Leo? Mr. Leo, what do you see? What is it? I don't see anything. Alright, everyone. I gotta get to work, or the jungle will consume us. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I hope it's a calm day around here. Calm days are good. But with a pack of wolves, you never know. Who knows? So, alright. There's my shadow. It's my straw hat. There we go. Got my beard now. There's a shadow of you. Alright, folks. Have a wonderful day. Much love to the fam. I'm out.